Na mimi nataka niseme, niambie President wetu Uhuru Kenyatta, tafadhali rais, tunakuomba kwa heshima, umebaki siku 8 kuja hapa Sagana State Lodge na ukuja na makaton, uchukue vitu yako utoke uende.
In August 2022, a new chapter began in Kenya's political theater. William Ruto won the presidency, and his choice of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was meant to cement political power, especially in the crucial Mt. Kenya region. But only a few years in, the handshake turned into a Cold War. Alliances crumbled, trust disintegrated, and the two men who were once inseparable in campaign rhetoric now trade accusations in public.
Kasongo aende asiende, atembe asitembe. Wangapi wanasema Kasongo aende, Kasongo aende, Kasongo aende.
Today on Kenya Dark Files, we peel back the layers to ask, why did Ruto and Gachagua fall apart? What were the mistakes, betrayals, and ambitions that sparked one of Kenya's most dramatic political splits? Rigathi Gachagua became deputy president in 2022, despite opposition from many Mt. Kenya MPs, some of whom preferred other figures. His role was expected to be that of a bridge between the government and the Mt. Kenya region, ensuring loyalty, delivering votes, and keeping the region united. In the beginning, Gachagua seemed to play this role, but soon cracks began to show. The first signs of trouble emerged when Ruto accused his deputy of demanding 10 billion shillings to build his political influence in Mt. Kenya, threatening to make Ruto a one-term president if the funds were not provided. The allegations painted Gachagua as someone focused more on personal power than national stability. Even before that, Mt. Kenya MPs had strongly opposed his appointment as running mate, with Kithure Kindiki receiving overwhelming support during internal votes compared to Gachagua. Many saw his rise as more of a political calculation than a reflection of grassroots trust. Beyond the accusations of money and threats, Gachagua quickly gained a reputation for clashing with MPs, often accused of intimidating those who didn't fall in line. Critics say he spent more time consolidating regional power than promoting government programs. He was noticeably silent on many of Ruto's flagship policies, leaving allies frustrated by his absence in defending the administration's agenda. The personality clash between the president and his deputy grew clearer with time. Gachagua portrayed himself as a regional kingpin, positioning Mt. Kenya as a bloc with bargaining power. But this ambition collided with Ruto's desire for loyalty and control. The two men became locked in a game of mistrust, each watching the other's moves more closely than working together. Policy disagreements soon spilled into the public domain. Gachagua openly criticized the affordable housing program, accusing Ruto's administration of turning a public promise into a private business venture. He argued that the housing levy burdened Kenyans without delivering meaningful results. He also accused Ruto of hypocrisy in his so-called moral campaigns, saying the president preached values but failed to live by them. For Gachagua, the government had betrayed the hustler narrative, leaving ordinary citizens suffering while elites prospered. By mid-term, it became clear that a power struggle was underway. Analysts suggested that Gachagua had served his purpose in the 2022 election, weakening Uhuru Kenyatta's hold on Mt. Kenya, but was no longer useful to Ruto's long-term strategy. Whispers of a new running mate in 2027 began circulating, with speculation that Ruto would prefer a woman deputy or a more loyal partner, sidelining Gachagua further. This only heightened the deputy's insecurity and fueled public confrontations. Gachagua himself complained of being isolated, excluded from key meetings, undermined in decision-making, and treated like an unwanted guest in his own office. The humiliation grew as Ruto's allies attacked him publicly, accusing him of incompetence, tribalism, and sabotage. The conflict reached a boiling point when impeachment threats surfaced, with some MPs allied to Ruto calling for Gachagua's removal. What had started as a partnership of convenience had transformed into a bitter political war. The consequences of the fallout have been immense. The constant public feuds have eroded public confidence in the government, exposing deep cracks at the very top. Mount Kenya, which once felt assured of protection and influence, now feels betrayed. Ordinary Kenyans see rising taxes, high living costs, and unfulfilled promises, all while leaders fight for power and position. And as 2027 approaches, the big question is whether the ruling coalition can survive the storm, or whether the split between Ruto and Gachagua will redefine Kenya's political landscape. The fallout between President Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua is not just a story of two men. It is a mirror into Kenya's political culture, of loyalty bought and broken, of ambition unchecked, and of promises made in campaigns but forgotten in power. It is a reminder that alliances in Kenyan politics are fragile, held together by convenience rather than conviction. And as the country watches this rivalry unfold, one thing remains clear. The truth may be uncomfortable, but it cannot be hidden.